and we've got 3 countries that tune in regularly. We've got normally about 40 states that tune in. I want you guys to go to Moxie Media Promotions here shortly. We're going to get this information up on the page, and I'm asking you to help this family.
And another thing I want to say, Corey, is $5.
Absolutely.
I mean, you know what? If you're out there and you work a minimum wage job and you're struggling to get through college, you're doing whatever, $5 from 100 people add up to a lot of money.
It sure does.
So even if you think, gosh, I don't have anything that I could give.
Every dollar matters here. Every dollar. As a parent, there's a lot of people out there that don't want to think those thoughts. I certainly don't. And when I do,
well, we've raised money for a lot of different things. We've raised money for racing clothes, racing shoes, racing helmets.
Shriners Hospital.
We've done a lot of stuff. And that is insignificant and very, very low on the scale compared to what this is.
Absolutely.
This is paramount for this family. And if you put yourself in their shoes, and you can't do it, but anyway, if you even try to realize how they're affected by this and their loss, then we need to open our wallet, dig in our pocket, and help out. That's what the racing family is all about. That's what we're all about.
It is.
As individuals, that's what we are. We try to help other people. And if you're not willing to help other people, in my opinion, you're not willing to help yourself.
Right.
So I would, I'm going to donate to the fund. I can guarantee you that. So I'm going to throw out a little challenge to everybody else. I'm going to throw $20 in there, which is a very insignificant amount.
It matters.
That's $20. So everybody listening to this broadcast, I challenge you to throw in $20 too. I'm going to throw the gauntlet down. I want $20 from everybody listening.
Perfect.
Every dollar counts. It does. Thank you. Appreciate
Corey,
that.
I have a pretty good month this month with my Northwest Trucking Academy. I'm going to throw in $100 on it.
That's awesome.
I'll be
Thanks,
doing
Dave.
$100 as well.
Thank you, guys.
Well, I'm probably going to do more than 20, but that was a challenge.
We needed to highlight. Thank you, Ed.
Yeah, that was a challenge.
It is a challenge, and you know what? $20, like Sandy said, $5 from a lot of people is it adds up.
It's
20.
It's a coffee.
It is
$5 is a coffee.
Skip a coffee for a day.
Mm-hmm.
One day, skip a coffee. I mean,
Don't go to Taco Bell.
Right. Well, don't go to Taco Bell anyway. It's not good for you. But I just, I want to send out our condolences to that family, to everybody that was at Madras Speedway that had to experience this. It's tragic. It's horrible. I feel for everybody involved. I feel bad for the actual racetrack itself with the headlines that were put out, making it sound like it was the Speedway's fault. This whole situation, there's a lot to be learned from it. And I think that's one thing that I try really hard here at Moxie Media is to get the information right. Now, a couple weeks ago, I put some stuff out that wasn't exactly 100%. Made a phone call, made sure that was corrected. The apology was there. But the mainstream media and what they do is it's just disgusting.
The truth doesn't sell headlines.
That's right.
Sensationalism.
That is
sells
absolutely
headlines.
right. That is absolutely right. And again, these fees, some of it may go towards legal fees. Because there is talk that there's
just an investigation. That's pretty standard with these things. Whenever there's a child death, unfortunately.
But knowing the state of Oregon,
the police get involved and DHS gets involved. But so that's just one thing that these poor parents and grandparents have to deal with. But that's a pretty standard. Thing, and just so they don't have to, they can take some time off work and not have to worry about losing their homes or not being able to make a car payment or pay their bills or put food on the table. Because honestly, they're not thinking about that right now. I can tell you that right now. They're not thinking about bills. They're not thinking about anything except for what happened. So if we can ease that a little bit with just a couple dollars here and there, it's going to go a long way to help them recover.
Mm-hmm. It absolutely will. And that's what we're trying to do here. We just want to help good people in our racing community. That was you, Gary.
I think Gary was buzzing.
We have these little
You know,
nuances jump in on the. They jump in every once in a while.
Technology is a funny thing. Thank you, Nina. Moxie Love Photography will be making a donation as well. Nina, you're a parent to 2 beautiful kids.
Yeah.
I know that you've got bills to pay yourself. For you to do that, I appreciate it.
Yeah.
I do. I know what your kids mean to you, and you'd give your life for them in a heartbeat.
Yeah, I'd be devastated.
So we've got some information up on the chat line right now that Sandy just posted. It's the Dawson Rose Memorial Fund, Oregon State Credit Union, the account number if you want to make a donation. Again, if you have to go in to your credit union or bank, you can make this donation through shared banking. You must have your ID. Not that we don't all carry it, but there's the account number, and we'll get this up on the page as well. I hate to start a show like this. I hate to talk about stuff like this on the show just because, you know, it's...
It's an elephant in the room, though, that...
Yeah, but we have to do what we can to help.
Yeah.
And that's one thing we do with Moxie is we pride ourselves on helping those who we can help.
And two, the family has expressed an extreme gratitude already to what the community has done and is doing for them.
And I'm glad to see everybody stepping up. There was a GoFundMe set up that has helped them out with some funeral expenses. I don't think what's in there now is going to be enough. And that's why we started what we started, again, just to help out with the everyday bills of life. Father wanting to take some time off. Gonna need to take time off. Mom, again, these are young people just starting their lives, and having to start this way is it's not right. It's not right. I want to tell the Schlott family again, you guys have been great friends to me. You guys have been great friends and supporters of Moxie over the years. I appreciate you guys. I love you, and I'm going to do what I can to help you guys out. I promise you that, and hopefully we can raise, a few $1,000s to help out. I don't even know where to start to put a goal. It doesn't matter. Every dollar matters. And
I guess one perspective way to think of it is think of your own personal, that's what I'm thinking about right now.
Right.
How long me being out of work and not being paid, how much money is that going to be? How far behind am I going to be on my mortgage or my car payments or my insurance or anything else? It's hard to say. You really
varies.
Can't put a number to
it varies greatly, but it's at least a few thousand, at least.
At minimum.
Man, this has been one of the hardest shows ever already for me. I just, anybody that knows me knows that when it comes to the racing family, the racing world, I'm a big sissy. These are people that we develop friendships with and become racing family. We hear everybody say that word all the time. It's posted all the time. People talk about it at the racetrack, racing family. That doesn't mean just the people at your track. We do this together. We all share the same interests. We do it because we love it. We do it because, thank you, Ryan Nelson Racing in Medford, making a donation, and they're sending their prayers to the family. Thank you very much, sir. We do this for the same reason, all of us. We do it because we love the sport. We love the camaraderie of the sport. We love the cars, the sights, the sounds. It's being at the track together. Now, there's weeks we don't get along. There's weeks that guys don't get along. They want to get out and punch each other. But what happens the next week? We show up at the track,
pat each other on the back, help them change tires.
That's right. And we do it again. That's sibling activity right there is what it is.
It's family. It's family. That's all it is.
It absolutely is. So can I read this statement Do you want to read the statement, Sandy? Go ahead.
I was just pointing out that Grandma Janelle told Corey to make sure on the podcast that everyone is aware Madras Speedway is not to blame in any way. She just wanted to make that perfectly clear. And I think that's one of the issues that has been going on in the news media that we're talking
Right.
about. And she just wants to make sure everybody out there knows Madras had nothing to do with what happened.
And that's coming directly from the family.
And that's
So-
from Grandma who was there.
You know, and that's I want to challenge this big giant thing, this national thing, international, that we call racing family. This is the times where we have to stick together. This is the times we have to help each other out. This is more important than changing a tire, changing a motor, letting someone else borrow your car for points. This is where we find out.
This is a time where we step up.
It is. We definitely step up, and again, I think the donations we collected so far are a great start. A great start. There's money in that account when we left the bank from, 2 donations already. You guys stepping up,
Mine will be there tomorrow.
huge, huge. Thank you, Ryan Nelson. And I'm just
My employer actually is located, as a matter of fact, baby was taken there to the facility before she was flown to Dornbecker. That's actually my work, and I'm going to be making contact with them as well to get some funds from some of the people that I work with.
So we're going to get that information posted actually on Moxie Media Promotions right now. I hate how the show has started. I do. It's heartbreaking. It's devastating. It's going to make the rest of the show hard. But
We're Moxie Media. We tell the truth.
we tell the truth, and we have to do what we have to do. There's not enough condolences in the world, or I'm sorry's. There's not enough love you can send this family that's going to make a difference at this point. But we do love them. We're there to support them. We're doing whatever we can. And we're going to be adamant. We're going to be like bulldogs on this fundraiser. We're going to do everything we can to help raise every dollar.
And Saturday night, we're going to hit it too.
We are.
We are.
We are. Yep. And because again, it's not just. It doesn't matter just what track you're at. It's the fact that this is what we do together. I don't care if you're at Bakersfield or Antioch or Southern Oregon or any other track in the Pacific Northwest or across the United States of America, New Zealand or Australia. If you can help,
Don't
Please.
forget Canada.
please do so. Canada. We've got a lot of listeners in
Got
Canada.
a lot of racers come down from Canada.
We do. Yep. And Zach Nelson jumping in. Zach's going to be making a donation as part of Nelson Racing. Thank you, Zach. That's very helpful. We do appreciate that. If you guys want to find out more on how to make that donation, it's going to be posted on Moxie here in just a minute. Sandy's actually typing it out now. The account number, all the information you need will be up and posted, and you guys can start getting that stuff sent to that account, and we'll take care of this family. Saturday night, last Saturday, wild night of racing. We had a good night of racing.
Beautiful weather.
Perfect, absolutely perfect.
No
racing
dust.
weather.
No dust. Very little dust.
It was.
The dust was low. I mean,
Yep.
At a dirt track,
You're going to have dust.
you're going to
but
have dust. But what we have down there is it's been really, really good lately, and that track has been super smooth.
Yeah, it has.
You know, show me one driver complaining about that track right now, and I'll show you a liar.
What's the old saying? There was tack in that track.
Oh man.
Definitely.
Oh, well, I will tell you that is to date the fastest I have seen that track. And let me tell you why I say that. Because your winner. Let's just kind of give some highlights here real quick. Talking about the late models. Darren Koffel won the late model feature. Okay, watching his lap times, they were right down around the 12-second bracket. I mean, we're talking
Fast.
flying. Okay. Now, with that being said, the sprint cars, we know how fast sprint cars are. This will give you an idea how fast the late models were. The sprint cars were running in the 11.5 range, about a half second faster
Then late models.
than late models.
That's unusual.
It was, well, for the late models, typically you see a second to a second and a half with sprint cars being so